It's your boy, Lappins86, back for episode 2 of Terry's Tips. Slightly different than in the back side of my van. We are at the legendary, I probably can't see it, we are at the legendary Croydon Arena. Croydon Harriers established in the 1920s, so they are 103 years old. That's all good. Anyway, you didn't chime in to listen to the history of Croydon Harriers. I could do a whole nother video on that. Right, so today, evening, morning, whenever you're watching it, first of all, thank you for tuning in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but no, you chose to chime into Terry's Tips. So big you up. Right, so today is going to be tips on what to do in the week to the days leading up to a big race. That's not just including marathons and half marathons. That could be a 10k, a trail race, your local 5k, a park run. Obviously, we're all different levels, we've all got different skill sets, and we all run differently. Every runner is different. So, this is just purely my tips, my nuggets of knowledge, purely unscripted, speaking from my heart and my head. Nuggets of knowledge, let's go. Right, so, you're at the end of your training plan. You've done your long runs, you've done your speed sessions, you've done your speed sessions on the track, licking down 400s. You've done your training, your weight sessions, your key workouts and all that good stuff. You're now at the point where you're thinking, right, okay, so what do I do? I've got a week to go. I've got 5 days to go until the big race. Do I rest? Do I do a last few shakeouts, which is just literally getting those legs ticking over? Do I cane it? Do I keep the intensity ticking over? So obviously I could do a whole nother video on the taper. So imagine you've built your training block, you're 4 or 5 weeks out, you're tapering down. I mean, I'm a carpenter, so imagine a dovetail joint. You're going down, down, down into that last bit of the training block, that last week. Right, so let's say that most races are on a Sunday morning. Take the Vitality Half, take the London Marathon, take the Brighton Marathon, take all those big races, or the Brighton 10k. Just trying to think of races popping into my head, or even if it could be a track meet. So you've done your last long run on a Sunday. You're now on Monday. Obviously, we all work as well. We're legends out here. The pros are great. Big up the Kennenisas, big up the Jakobs, the Moes, the Kipchoges. But the difference is they get paid to rest. Rest is important. Now, everyone that knows me, they know I like KD the session, but so perhaps on the Monday and Tuesday, do what you'd normally do in the training plan, but just hold back on the intensity. Maybe keep the mileage the same, but hold back on the intensity. So let's just say it is a half or a full marathon. You're running at the end of that week, you're running a 26.2 or 42k or 13.1 miles or 21k. So you don't want to any really run. You want to include that into that week's mileage. So don't think that I've got to get to X amount and then I've got to race. Don't forget that's part of that week. Race, especially in race week, that is part of that week. So I would get to the point where you would. It's sort of hard to say, but from my experience, I'd get to the point where Monday, Tuesday, as I say, you're keeping the intensity the same. By Wednesday, Thursday, you want to hone in on that, especially if it's a long race, you want to hone in on that carbo loading. And, pun intended, in the days running up to it, you want to get that sleep. I'm talking 7, 8, 9 plus hours. You really want to hone in. Not so much on, say, the Saturday night, because your nerves are going to get the better of you. But on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, no parties on the Friday night, no drinking, no nothing like that, no having a mad one. And just really hone in on that sleep. So, you've got to include as well, if you are going to a big city race, say you live in London, you're doing the Edinburgh Marathon, you've got to travel, you've got to take that into that week. So not only have you got that to consider, you've got to get your travel arrangements, you've got to find out if you're sleeping somewhere, if you're staying overnight. Try and factor all that in to that week. I haven't even spoke about food yet, but we can touch on that. There's going to be a point where on a Thursday, Friday, you're getting a little tired. Your mind's playing tricks on you, and that's paranoia. Not just obviously that, not just for marathons, but especially a big race, your nerves are getting better, and you think, can I do this? Trust in your training. Just one little prop I'm going to use. Look, trust in your training, right? When you're sitting on that plain old train, if you're going to a big city race, right? Look at this. Let me just put my code in. 1 second, people. Look at this, right? Look at this, right? So just go back, nice hat. Just go back, look at all the training you've done. Trust in your training, trust in all that core, trust in all those races. Look, that's just that. Look, burpees, video, come on, big up Strava and the videos. Just trust in the training. Look at everything you've done and think, do you know what? I can do this, I will do this. 99% of people, look, all over the place, look, all over the place. Don't forget to follow me on Strava, shameless plug. Most people that start a big race, they will finish it. You know, that is your 26.2 miles victory lap, 13.1, 10k, 5k, that's your victory lap. You've done all the hard work, you know, and on the course you're gonna have family and friends. So just remember that, just take heed in that and just, you know, just be pleased. So, you know, you're gonna get, you might have to go to an expo to collect your number, so make sure you'll have all the emails, all everything ready to go. Food wise, now the longer the race, the more carbs you want to pack out. But don't go crazy and have like huge bowl of pasta like 8 p.m. on a Saturday night after races on a Sunday. So swap over what you'd have for lunch and dinner, have a heavier lunch and have a lighter dinner. And in race morning, nothing new at all. So that's not just kit, I'm talking food wise, you know. Have your bagel, have your porridge, have your jam on toast, have whatever sits well on your stomach. And you know, now you're at the point, you know, you're in your hotel, you're at home, the kit's up. Do a kit layout, sorry, going back to the Saturday night, do a kit layout. Check you've got everything. Put your vest, put your number, put your watch, put your socks, put your gels. And if you want, take a photo, put it on socials, especially if you need to get sponsorship. People will, the night before, you'll get all in dribs and drabs. I mean, you know, oh, shameless plug again, Just Giving, 10th London Marathon, come on, please sponsor. You know, do that layout, hashtag layout, hashtag night before the race, you know, and try and relax on that night before, on that Saturday night or that Friday night, whether you're in a hotel, you know, what I do is I watch Run Fat Boy Run, big up Simon Pegg, 2007 that come out. If he can do it, I can do it. That's like equivalent of watching Home Alone on Christmas Day. These lights are going out, so I am going to have to go. Look, I'm gone. Robert's turned the lights out, so that's me done. But go and enjoy it. Go and have fun. Make sure you get in the queue for the toilet, and I think that's it. We're going to have to leave it there. In a bizzle. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down in the comments below. Let's go.